Hello, my name is Jason Wood. This is the first ever podcast for Yacht Habit. I am the owner of Yacht Habit, which is a brokerage for selling yachts in Florida and around the world. Today we're at Yacht Restaurant in Fort Lauderdale. So we thank Yacht. We're inside of a marina called Safe Harbor. We thank them both for allowing us to shoot here. I have the pleasure to introduce to you Sakina Hazuri Mathis. She is my latest addition to the team. She's going to be a fantastic salesperson, and we're here to talk about sales, talk about Yacht Habit, and to just introduce you to the company. So, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Let me ask you some questions. What's bringing you into the boat business?
Other than just a love for water and a love for the just the boating and yachting lifestyle. Other than that,
How is the Florida sun? Because I'm burning. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm burning up. I'm sweating. So we're sweating for you.
beads of sweat.
So one of the things that I've found along the way is with yacht sales is there's a lot of money. There's a lot of money on the table. There's a lot of money involved in the business, and salespeople, myself included, focus sometimes on the money first, the client second, and the client's experience third. And time fixes that, but I like to speed up that process. And what I mean by that is you sell a boat, there may be $50,000, $100,000, $500,000, $1 million commission. And a lot of times coming into the deal, you start thinking about the money. You start spending the money before you've got it. And the person that suffers is the client. So one of the things that I've done differently with Yacht Habit is I only hire brokers that have a stable life already. So if they have a day job, if they have a family, if they have a spouse that's helping out, it's critical so that each sale isn't going to make or break the broker. So that the broker can be impartial and say to a client, look, this isn't the boat for you. This isn't the deal for you. We're going to get a deal for you, but it's not today. Not today, Satan. Today's not the day you're going to get that deal, but we will get you a boat. And I think that is like kind of the cornerstone of the first part of the philosophy is the client has to come first. And people say that the client comes first. What does that mean? It means that you got to walk away sometimes from $100,000, and it will happen. This happened. It's happened to all of us, and it's painful.
It is.
but it would be more painful to sell a client a boat that they're not going to use or that they're not happy with. So I know that we've talked, and I know that you have a family. Your husband is attorney.
He's an attorney.
You
Yes.
have 2 daughters.
2 daughters.
One is a
Beautiful
terrorist.
daughters.
Is that right?
Absolutely. She just terrorized me this morning from 3:30 this morning until I dropped her off to daycare. Yeah. So I've been up since that time.
It's not easy. Since
No.
3:30.
Since 3:30 this morning. Yes. She goes and she wakes me up. I don't have a choice. She goes in the refrigerator. She brings me Gatorade and a bottle to make for her. So yeah, I don't have a choice. If that's not terrorism, I don't know what else is. You know.
It can be terrorists, but it's also nice because I have a stepdaughter, but I don't have any young children. So, when there's clients that have young children, you know how to deal with them. You got to bring your real world experience into sales and say, look, your kid is 2, your kid is 3. They're going to start exploring. Why not explore in the Bahamas? Why not explore in the Keys? Why not take them up to Montauk? And you have to integrate your life with your yacht habit, with your experience with the client, and become a real person. You'll see the boat show. The boat show's coming up, and you're going to see people like, where do you do your boating? You have a boat now. Oh, that's a wonderful dress you have on. Those nice eyes. I like your sunglasses. Just a lot of nonsense, because what they're trying to do is just simply qualify you for a boat. I need to qualify you. I don't do that. I don't care where you do your boating.
Right.
I don't care about that. I don't care what boat you had in the past. I don't care about that. How are you doing? How's today going? How's the show going? Talk to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get to know this person. Where'd you go to school? That has nothing to do with boating. What kind of music do you like? You
Yes.
know, I think one of the guys I've learned a lot from a lot of guys, but one of the guys whose online game is probably the best in the business is Bob Dennison. So on Bob Dennison's website, you go to the team page and you see the brokers. And it's weird, on the side, it asks their interest, but it asks what kind of music they like. What's their favorite band? I was like, what the hell? Why does he have what's your favorite band? Then I realized that's a conversation point. If a guy is a Johnny Cash guy, I like Johnny Cash. If he's a Johnny Cash guy, I see, oh, he likes Johnny Cash. So I'm gonna talk to him about Johnny Cash, not about boats.
Right.
If he likes Willie Nelson, if he likes Jimmy Buffett, if he likes Dr. Dre, it doesn't matter. You're gonna have a connection with that client based on more things than just boating.
Correct.
So my advice would be in starting out is don't close them, right? Like the boat behind us, you're gonna close a guy that can afford a $14 million boat. You're gonna close that guy. Why close him? He or she is gonna close themselves. They need to get to know you first. They need to get to like you second. They need to get to trust you third. And then you can move on towards the closing, finding them a boat that they really like. But why are you going to buy a boat from somebody that you don't like? You've bought cars before, right?
Yes.
Go on the car lot, guy's just drilling you for a car. He wants to make that sale that day.
Yeah.
I understand. You know what I mean? He has to sell that car, but he doesn't know you. He doesn't know that your daughter is going to go to fencing practice. He doesn't know that.
Right.
He doesn't know that your husband might need to use a car to go meet a client. He doesn't know that. He's not going to know that in 15 minutes. He needs to get to know you. Once he gets to know you, he's going to be like, you know what? From all the things that you've said, this is the car that I would recommend. And that's exactly what we do. Is you got to get to know them first. And you might not sell a boat at the boat show, and you might. Somebody might just stumble in there drunk, covered in $1 million bills, and you're just like, let's get you in a boat today, sir. But that might not go well.
Right.
So saying, sir, you're covered in $1 million bills and you're at a boat show with a bunch of killers that we're all going to try to close you, you need to take those $1 million bills off and let's go inside in some AC.
Yeah.
Let's sit down and let's see what your vision is. You know, you mentioned to me that you went out on a sailboat and did a cruise and just changed your life.
You did.
Was there a salesman there?
No.
You see what I'm saying? The salesman didn't change your life.
Right now.
The experience.
The experience did. Yeah. Absolutely.
Exactly. And you know, I know because I've been, you know, I've been through your CV and everything else, and I know that you have a big background in film. And I think film is similar. You have to connect to the audience.
Yes.
I mean, you know, when you're shooting, what's your favorite part of that experience of shooting a movie?
Absolute favorite part is when we are exchanging lines, the camera's rolling. My favorite part.
It's live.
Right.
It's like this.
The performance.
It's ready.
The performance, like that when the actors are performing on camera, that is my favorite part. Not so favorite part is editing.
Yeah.
But it is still my favorite part. It is, because you're taking that work that everybody's poured into that day and you're making it all into a story.
Right.
And the fact that they're relying on you and whomever else you've hired as your team to make sure that it comes out looking the way that they would like it to look, you know, making them look good, basically. So that part is good, but it's tedious. It's a little bit more work to it than when you're just with the actors and they do a performance drill and you're like, got it at first take, you know, that's wonderful. That's my favorite part.
And the actors, in a way, like if you're shooting a movie, the end audience is your client, but the actors are your client.
They are.
If you cut their lines or screw up the editing or get the wrong angle,
Right.
they're gonna be upset.
Very
They
much
worked hard.
so. You're messing with their catalog and their portfolio. They're trying to get more work,
They
and
need
you're
their
part
reel.
of that.
They need
right.
to build their reel.
Exactly.
Yeah. So selling boats, in a way, you're a character, but the character is I'm your friend.
Right.
And I'm authentically your friend, right? A friend isn't going to say to another friend, hey, you know what? I think you should buy a monster truck. You got a long commute. I think you should get a monster truck for your commute. They're not going to do that because they're your friend. They're going to say, hey, why don't you get a hybrid? Why don't you get a Tesla? Why don't you get a, you know,
Right.
you know, my little C-Max, that's a gas electric car.
Right.
Why don't you get that? Because they're your friend. They're looking out, they're listening, and they're looking out for your best interest. It's the same exact thing. You know, who's the client and what's your relationship with the client? This client, I normally introduce most of my clients as my friend because I've gotten to know them, you know, and hopefully they think of me as a friend as well. I would say probably nine out of 10 clients do. There's always that one. I'm just like, dude, you know who you are out there. You're that one person that just makes everything difficult for everybody in every situation, and you're the only person that wins. That's not cool. You know, we work really hard, and we have to sacrifice, because if we don't sell, we don't get paid. If we don't get paid, we don't eat. And you have people that come in and toy around and they want to flex and show their ego, and that's well and good, but you know, a lot of us take our profession very, very serious. So I appreciate them as like a training exercise.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I'll ask them, like, you for real? I always ask them, are you for real? And they're like, yeah, I'm for real. And I say, oh, okay, all right. All right, well, I'm gonna learn a lot from you today on patience, you know, manners. Some people just don't have it. They don't have that. So you got to figure out a way of like, okay, I got a very difficult client, you know, what do I do? What I do is I call people. So there's a guy that I used to work with at Ferretti Group. His name's Bob Lama. Okay? Bob Lama worked there, but he was in real estate, and it was like a dude that kind of needed to be there, kind of didn't. He's like, I don't have to do this. And Bob Lama went on his own, did his website, he did everything, and he went out there and he killed it. I mean, he went and killed it. And anytime I get in a jam, even before I started Yacht Habit, I call Bob Lama. I'm not shy. I say, Bob Lama, help me out. What should I do? I called Victor Capote. Hey, Victor Capote, he's got his business up in Palm Beach. I was like, what do I do? I called Ginny Wicker. Ginny Wicker worked with me at Sunseeker Fort Lauderdale for a while with Rick Obie at Rick Obie's office. Ginny, what do I do? Oh, you need to call the IYBA. You need to call this place. You need to get in touch with this guy, and gave me their numbers. I have a friend, Adora, at Luxury Yachts, 17th, and Rupert, her boss. Man. And Inga over there. Man. Without those resources, you're just one person.
Right.
So that means you only know everything that you know. That's like, you're smarter than me, so you know more than I do. But if I just rely on just me, I know about one thing. Do you know what I mean? I know about one or two things in life, and that's it. But if I use Rupert and Victor and my buddy LaRon and Brian Braley and Leonardo and Rick and Jenny and Daryl and Mark Ross and on and on and on, and Bob and Dennison and Dick Lazara and Bobby Knopfzinger, I got people everywhere. And James, who started Wave Yachts, James Carter. These are all different people that I've worked with from different walks of life and different places that I can call at a moment's notice. Richard Glazier, my boy Ali at HMY. That's really what makes us unique, is that we're not just open to work with other brokers. We need them. We need these other brokers. Without them, it's just you, or it's just me, or you know what I know. So you know a lot more than I do. I know one thing, I can add to 5 things. Now you know 6 things. But with that team, now you know 650 things. And then you add in the clients to that too. I will call my clients and say, client 1, how do I deal with client 2? So difficult. Client 1 is rich. He's done very well for himself. He's gonna say, look, what client 2 is saying to you is this, this, and this. So you're answering questions, but you're not answering the questions that client is really asking you. He's just being covert. So just cut him off and answer with this. And I'll use that. And I'll get the deal. I will get the deal, and I'll build a relationship, because now this client understands that I speak his language or her language. And I think that connection and that communication is critical, especially when you're talking about millions of dollars. If you're talking about, let's switch up. So when we met, there was a couple boats that you were working with that were not millions of dollars.
No.
But you went and photographed,
Yes.
interviewed the owner,
Yes.
put the listing online,
Correct.
did all the legwork.
Yeah.
It was a lot of work.
It is.
The weird thing is sometimes those boats, let's say $100,000 boat, that means more to that owner than sometimes $1 million boat means to somebody else. Because the $1 million guy has lots of toys. He's got, maybe has a plane, maybe he has a couple houses, he has that boat, he might have another boat in like, Kentucky, who knows? It could be anywhere.
Right.
He might have something going on in New York, he may have something in Europe, because he's probably a financial step up. But the $100,000 boat, that's something that we could all get. Sounds like a lot, but you could finance it as something that we could all get. So it's like, that means everything to that person, because they don't have 20 different toys.
Right.
They don't have a $5 million toy budget. They've got that boat. So that boat might mean more to them than $1 million boat, and it's something to keep in mind. It can be a lot of work, but that $100,000 boat guy has a friend that has $1 million boat. So if you treat the $100,000 guy like he's $1 million guy, you're going to keep that guy or that girl. I just say that guy because I like that word, but you're going to keep that. You're going to keep that client. They're important, and they need to know that they're important. They may think they're important, but you're going to help them know that they're
Right.
important. It's different. If you have an actor, it's a great example. If you have a prima donna actor, that's a $100,000 boat guy. You know what I mean?
Right.
I need to be seen. I'm the most important person on the set. Of course you are. Of course you are. Can I get you a Sprite or something, or a massage? What do you need? I'll get you what you want. You got to make them happy, and then they're going to perform. What are some questions that you have just coming into the business? Like, what are you thinking about?
I would say, what was your first sale like?
Oh. So, this is crazy. Okay, so I was washing boats for a guy named John Wright Salmon down in Coconut Grove Harbor. Washing a lot of boats, waxing them, painting them, fixing them, diving underneath them. And he had an inn at Sunseeker. I moved from Seattle to Florida to someday work for Sunseeker, because I saw a big ass 80 Predator or something like that in Seattle, one of the marinas, and I said to myself, man, I was with my coworker and I was like, you see that boat? I don't know what that is. It looks like a spaceship. I'm gonna find out where it's from. I'm gonna go work for them. See that? It's magic. It's the fairies are contacting me.
I love it.
So I'm gonna find out where this boat is from. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna work for them, be their number one guy.
Okay.
So that brought me down here. Started washing boats. I had to start at the bottom, and John had a connection with a guy named John D'Agostino at Sunseeker, Fort Lauderdale. It was crazy because he told me the number one guy in Florida for Sunseekers is this guy named Rick Obie. I said, okay, fine. I got to find this guy, Rick Obie. So he introduced me randomly to John D'Agostino, who ran Sunseeker Fort Lauderdale. I sign up. I say, where's Rick Obie? He says, Rick Obie doesn't work here. I said, what the hell? I'm in the wrong place. He goes,
Calm down.
it's a long story. He's at Atlantic Yacht and Ship at that time. So I said, oh, damn. And this is what John D'Agostino tells me. He says, be careful when you sell your first boat. Don't buy a bunch of sports cars and don't buy a bunch of watches.
Oh my goodness.
And I got pissed. I was like, does this guy think I'm a rapper? Like, what's wrong? I love rappers, but I was like, man, my dad was a financial planner. Why am I gonna go buy a bunch of cars and watches and stuff? Fast forward. I went and bought a bunch of cars and watches and stuff, and John D'Agostino was 100% right, so I owe him an apology. But right after I sign up, right after I start, the economy crashes. Fuel
Oh my
prices
goodness,
spike,
no.
stock market crashes. It looks like it's the end of the world. But a dude from Grove Isle came to the boat show, and I sold him a 56 Sunseeker Manhattan. This is a crazy dude, Colombian dude. It's wild. He's into like oil, drilled for oil, or leased the oil rigs for companies to drill in Colombia. Crazy dude, great guy though. And I learned right away. He tortured me. Torture me. Torture me. And then we had to take the boat to the Bahamas to close. I had to learn about offshore closing. Then we had to fit out the boat and bring it back. And it was just nonstop drama from the beginning to the end. But it was a great way to learn many different aspects, because you're not just selling a boat. Where am I going to put the boat?
Right.
Who's going to finance the boat or not? Where am I going to insure the boat? Who's going to drive the boat? Who's going to help me load this boat full of supplies?
Right.
And what am I going to do with the boat? So you're, pseudo attorney, even though we have maritime attorneys. You're, a counselor. You're a provisioning person. You're a crew management. You're a maintenance expert. You're everything, and they rely on you. So I was like trial by fire. It was crazy. So in the middle of the market crash, I sold that boat, and it told me one thing: money doesn't evaporate; it moves. So yeah, people take losses in the market, and then people buy the dip, and they skyrocket their profits afterwards. And people pull out early, and they put it into other things.
Right.
They put it into real estate. They put it into their businesses. So somebody has money somewhere right now.
Right.
And someone just lost money right now. I know I lost a bunch in crypto. So I lost a bunch of money, but someone else made all that money and took it from me. I'm gonna sell him a boat or her a boat.
Right.
Right? So that's a long story to explain my first deal, but it was such an important deal because it showed me that I could do it. And it showed me that I could do it in the most terrible market conditions of all times, because I stayed focused. I didn't know any better. And that's critical. Just don't know any better. I don't know any better. I'm just gonna sell you a boat. But first I'm gonna get to know you.
Right.
Because I also don't know any better, and I don't know you. I got to know the guy. His name's Harry. I got to know him very, very well. And we became friends. It can be a little bit of a struggle because your friend is now calling you, telling you that their air conditioner went out or their engine needs an oil change and they didn't realize, and this and that. Even if you told them, they have somebody to call and complain to, but it's fine. I'll take the complaint.
Right.
That comes with the paycheck.
I agree.
So yeah, that was something else. There was another boat that I sold, was also a Sunseeker, was a 66 Manhattan. I was at Grovile, living on a sailboat, washing boats still, and that boat was my sailboat was gonna go into the shipyard, so I was gonna be homeless. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It was not cool. This is a long time ago, but it wasn't cool. And I had a deal on the table with a friend for this boat. And looked like we were closing, and that money was going to get me off the sailboat and onto Collins, to a nice apartment on Collins. And I remember sitting in Bimini, and I took a picture of this island in Bimini, and with the captain, and he's like, "Is all the money in?" I was like, "No." He's like, "The money's not in, and we're in Bimini?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "These guys are going to kill you." I was like, "The money's going to arrive. The money's going to arrive. The attorney's going to come out of that door, and he's going to tell us that the money has arrived and that we're all good." He's like, "How do you know that?" I said, "I know that because that little island is sitting right there, and it's sat there for generations, forever. And no hurricane, nothing could wipe that island out, because God made that island, or the universe, or wherever you believe in. I didn't make it, and man didn't make it. The boats will get destroyed in a hurricane. That island will remain. And I believe that dude is gonna walk out that door, because I believe in something a little bit higher, higher than just us." And he's like, "Man, you're crazy." And I said, "When it does, don't take it as a small sign. Take it as a big sign."
Yeah.
This is Captain Alex. I remember the day. I know the two clients too. And the seller was no joke. He's a serious guy. Would have killed me if that boat didn't close. And we sat there for about 2 minutes. And the attorney comes out, says, "Hey guys, the money's here. We're gonna close." Alex looked at me. I said, "Don't even say anything. Just remember what I said." And I keep a picture. Look, I'll show it to you. It's a true story. That's this picture in my phone. So when I go to my home screen, that's the island in Bimini. That little island.
Oh,
it's ugly,
wow.
right? It's not even pretty. This looks like some fake pine trees or something. But that island reminds me every single day that miracles happen. Things happen when you don't expect them. When you just believe. And a lot of deals will take some prayer. And a lot of deals will take some tears. That's the deal. That's why it's called a deal. And that's why they say that's the deal. That's the deal. It can be hard. And I wouldn't try to put myself in that position again. That's why I hire people that have a day job, that have some family support. Because I don't want them sitting in Bimini praying on trees, staring at trees, being like, Jesus, help me, Lord, help me, you know what I mean? Whatever it is, help me. I don't want that. I don't want that. I want them to feel confident, to know like, I've got this. If this deal doesn't work, it's fine. We're gonna move on to this deal. So I learned that along the way. The good thing was it was a crazy but good seller. It was a fantastic buyer, and it was a great boat. It was a great boat. And he went on to keep that boat, list that boat. We sold that boat, and that boat has sold since again.
Oh my!
And it's served him well. He moved up from 66. He moved up to an 85 azimuth, and then took some time off to just do other ventures. But great client, Noel. That's his name. He's on the site. He's on the website.
Oh.
He's one of the testimonials from the website. So. You know, there's thought behind a lot of the ways that I do things. And again, I can't stress enough. It's important to just take your time. Listen to the client. If they're wrong, find a way to explain to them without saying they're wrong that they're wrong. A lot of people say, oh, you know, I want to get this 40-foot boat and I'm going to travel all through the Caribbean. And I say, oh man, a 40-foot sailboat? No, a power boat. Does it have stabilizers? No. What's the range? 250 miles. Say, man, look, let's look into that.
Right.
There may be some other alternatives other than the boat that you're picked out, because that's a day boat to go out one day and come back. And you want to take it through the entire Caribbean. You're gonna have seas that are like, you know, 10 feet tall. Let's look at some options. That's another way of saying you're wrong. That's insane. That's crazy talk. But it's a polite way.
It's a nice way of saying it.
It's a nice way of saying it.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So we have to do that a lot. Steer them like from what their dreams are. Say, let's make your dream happen, but it ain't gonna happen the way that you're describing.
Right.
You know. And a lot of people don't want to hear that. But over time, if you're telling them the truth, then they'll understand.
I think that's the most important part that I've seen so far. It's time.
Time.
Like, if you're looking for a answer right away, you know, if you accept that one, then yeah, I guess you got that one. But if you just give it a little bit of time,
yeah,
the real answer, the true answer, comes forth to the seller or buyer, and they figure it out. They understand, like, okay, do I need to lower the price? Maybe, perhaps.
Hardest thing. You want to lower the price? I'm like, of course you need to lower the price.
Right.
What? That's crazy.
Right, they don't hear
My
it.
boat's worth $1,000,000 more than I paid for it. Really? Really? It's not a house.
Right.
And it's not art. It's artistic, it's art, but it's not a painting. You know what I mean? It's a depreciating asset.
Oh, yeah.
But you can ask them, say, look, what was your last vacation? Oh, we went to Rome. It was amazing.
Nice.
Then after we went to Capri, we went to Greece after that. I say,
how much it's going to cost?
How much was it worth? Let's say it was priceless. Let's say, well, how much did it cost? I don't know. Are you going to get any money back from that? Are you going to get money back from the flight? What? Are you going to get money back from the villa you rented? What? No, it's gone, man. But you have memories and you bonded with whoever went there. That those things are priceless.
It is.
Not only can you not put a price on it, but like, you got photos, you have memories. In 20 years from now, you're going to remember that trip. And if you have kids, guess what? In 10 years, you're going to have a 12-year-old. She's not going to listen to you. She's over it. This is the moment where she's going to kind of listen to you and terrorize you. But like, if you train them early and you get them on the water early, guess what their habits are going to be? Yachts. Yacht habit. They're going to develop that habit. They're going to be around boats. They're going to be around people that have been successful at what they're doing. You know, it's funny because I'll put on a show and hear someone complaining that these trickle-down economics and all this stuff, and these people are cheating us out of our money. I'm like, hold on, stop, hold on a second. You got these CEOs that everybody thinks are evil. Well, guess what's under the CEO? Somebody who's not the CEO, who didn't design the company, who's also a millionaire. And guess who's under them? Another set of people that also didn't design the company, that work there, and they're also millionaires. And guess what's under them? 100,000aires. And there's all these people that these wealthy people have created. And they buy boats. You know, this boat has 6 crew. Plus it has a whole land staff to deal with. That is dollars going into the economy. So when I hear people complaining about people having yachts, I say, you know what? Don't have an apartment then.
Right.
Don't get an apartment, because God forbid someone had to make your refrigerator and got a job, and fix your air conditioner and got a job, and puts tires on your cars and got a job. Give away your apartment, give away your car, give away your bicycle, because God forbid the bicycle shop owner made $1 off changing your tire. That's just haters. You don't see a lot of millionaires being like, I hate millionaires, I don't want them to be more millionaires. They're not doing that. It's people that are looking up and they're like, I'll never get there, so I need to drag them down closer to me.
Right.
I can't find the stairs to get up to them, so I need to drag them down. They're clowns. Trickle-down economics don't work. I have a house with a pool. You know what I mean? That came from selling yachts. So what are they talking about? I don't even know. You know what I mean? I try not to get caught up with other people's nonsense, because it's exactly that. It's nonsense. You know what I'm saying? And people, they get jealous, they get thirsty, and they just start talking. And I'm like, listen, come to the boat show. Let me show you a little bit about trickle-down economics. Let me show you a little bit about all the great people that are employed in the boat business, because there's some fantastic people that you're going to get to meet, especially coming up at the show. It's going to be awesome. So, all right.
We're excited.
Ask me a harder question.
Well, I guess being that I am, my father is Indian, from
Okay.
India, and my mom is Black American.
Okay.
And being that I am a Black woman in
You're
this
a Black
industry,
woman?
yes, I
What?
am.
I thought you're Asian or Mexican.
Well, a little bit of
You're
Asian.
not French. Okay, all right.
But no. I mean, what challenges do you think that I have to face? Which, I mean, of course, I have a few in my mind, but you've been in this industry far longer, of
Sure.
course, than me. So just looking at me on face value, what would you say, like, oh, I see what obstacles she's going to, encounter?
I mean, it's a good question. It's a great question.
As being a woman, too.
No, listen, it's a serious question. All right. You've heard the expression, being comfortable in your skin. Some says you got to be comfortable in your skin. Being truly comfortable in your skin, to me, also makes the person next to you comfortable in their skin. I think the advanced class is getting the person next to you to be comfortable with you being comfortable in your skin. Does that mean you're going to put up with craziness? No, I don't put up with craziness. But I know who I am.
Right.
So when I worked for Ferretti, if I met a client and they look squirrely, like they can't remember anything, I was like, just call Ferretti after the show and ask for the black guy. They might freak out a little bit. Just say, I met a black guy. It was my broker, is a black guy. I was like, look around you. See how many black guys are here? He's like, none. I was like, exactly. You got me, you got you got Juno, you got Yolanda, Rick Obi, you got a few people, and that's it. So there's a 1 in 5 chance in the whole boat business they're gonna land on you. Being a black person and a woman is like, call for the black lady. It's gonna be you or Yolanda. And I'm friends with Yolanda, so she'll call me and I'll be like, no, that's my girl. That's us. Use it. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be embarrassed by it. Don't be offended by it. Like, if someone has diabetes, I'm not angry with them, okay? If someone has cancer, I'm not angry with them. If someone has racism, I'm not angry with them. They're sick. There's something wrong, right? You've met them. There's something wrong. They're not happy people. They're like, good morning. I hate Black Indian women. Oh my God, namaste. That's not their vibe. So everything they do is kind of dark. Take advantage of that. That's an opportunity to convert that person into a person that no longer thinks the way that they think based on your knowledge of what you're doing and your services that you can provide to them. Don't waste that opportunity. So to me, it's an opportunity. You can straighten their ass out and say, look, man, let's focus on the boat. I had clients that were like, I hate Obama on the phone, right? When Obama's president, and my accent makes it sound like I'm a white dude. So they're like, Obama is ruining everything. I'll be like, damn, that Obama, I hate Obama too. And then they saw me, and then they start apologizing and backing up. And I said, man, you don't have to do all that. It's just a joke. Don't worry about that. We're not here to elect someone. We're here to get you into a boat. Let's talk about what we have in common. Both of us like yachts. Both of us have this yacht habit. Both of us are gonna come together to get you, not me, into a fantastic boat. And later, you can pretend that a white dude sold you the boat and not a black dude, or a Hispanic, whatever you want.
However you want it.
But you're the guy that landed on my doorstep. You're the lady that landed on my doorstep. I'm gonna convert you. So I think that using your physical attributes as a calling card, you don't even need a business card. Like, if you can't remember my name, because your name is hardcore. Name's not like Jason Wood. Jason Wood is like the easiest name of all time.
Yes, it is.
Okay. It's like peanut butter and jelly. But so you have a unique, exotic name. People are like, ooh, that's exotic. Where are you from? Now they're getting to know you.
Right.
I've never met a black person who's also Indian and female in my life. Oh, good. Let's get into it. If you're offended by that, oh my God, we got a lot of work to do. You can't. It's a calling card. It's an introduction. It makes you interesting. It's your greatest advantage. Call Yacht Habit, ask for the black lady. Call Yacht Habit, ask for the Indian lady. All of that. There's the other thing that's funny. Everybody that gets caught, they're in trouble for anything that has to do with race or gender. They're like, my best friend is a woman. My best friend is a black man. My best friend is Indian. They have one black friend. That's what I call it. One black friend. Okay? Everybody has this. I'm not racist. I got a black friend right there. You better be that black friend. You better be that person that client says, I have one black friend, and not only that, she's Indian, and not only that, she's female. It's a triple threat. There's no way I'm sexist. There's no way I'm racist. You can be their way out. I'm probably 1,000,005's one black friend in this world, and I take advantage of that. I take advantage of that. I don't care. I don't care what they have going on with that. I'm not here for that.
Right.
So if I can be that person, then they'll introduce me to somebody else, and I can be their one black friend. And the next person's. I'll be everybody, if you need one black friend, come to yachthabit.com, look for Jason Wood, I will sort you out. I will be your alibi, you are not racist. No, but it's a joke, but it's real. Both. It's both things. And it's a way for people to understand, damn, this guy plays golf. Damn, this guy he knows how to ski. He knows how to fly fish. What? He's in the boat business. What are you doing in the boat business, man? Making money. That's what I'm doing. And hiring people and making them money.
Right.
That's what I'm doing. And then we sit down and start talking. We start talking numbers. We start talking about forecasting. We start talking about, all of these different things, what the market is doing, what the market used to do. And all of a sudden they realize we're not very different. The main difference is right now is they may think crazy about different races. We can fix that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can fix that quite quickly. But again, if somebody gets too crazy, I'm not going to put up with that. But I'll just check them real quick. You have friends, you check them, right?
Absolutely.
You say, hey man, don't let me hear you say that twice. That's a one-time shot, not twice. And you can say that to a client. Don't talk crazy to me. Don't be reckless with me. I got 2 kids. My husband will kill you. Don't talk crazy with me.
Right.
You can do that, but you won't need to. You won't need to, because the way that you carry yourself and your interest, your passion in boating is going to override any kind of nonsensical, discrimination.
Right.
It just will. I mean, I've showed up at boats. I've showed up at big boats before to buy the boat, and people think I'm there to wash the boat. I could get offended, but I don't, because I used to be a boat washer.
That's right.
I don't care. Number 2, I'm here to sell this boat. When I sell it, I'm gonna fire you first. You're the first one I'm gonna fire, or straighten you out.
Right.
One of the two. But you're not gonna stop me that day and throw me off, that day. But again, I've had a lot of good teachers in life and in this business. I remember my old manager, Paul Burgess. He's got a company, I think it's called Land Sea Time, something like that. He didn't care what color you are. He's like, close a boat. I don't care what you're doing, close a boat. But he treated me the same as everybody else. John D'Agostino treated me the same as everybody else. Leonardo treated me the same as everybody else. John Burkhardt at Ferretti treated me the same as everybody else. Filippo and Justin Blue. All these guys treated me, Giuseppe, Randy Coleman, they all treated me just like everybody else. And so I was like, John, he's the one that told me about the cars and the watches, so I got pissed at him, and I was an idiot. I looked like an idiot. You know what I mean? Getting mad at somebody that was just trying to help me out.
Right.
So sometimes it's us. Sometimes we're the racists. Sometimes we got problems. We're so damn sensitive. You gotta slow it down. Best advice I ever got was from Dean Anthony, white dude, very tall, big yacht broker, you know, and he's like, man, take a breath, slow down before you say or do anything crazy. And that's what it took, you know. So no, man, being female, being Indian, being black, it's all an advantage. You're unique. You stand out, you know, and you're going to make people around you more comfortable with themselves by you being comfortable with yourself, and you will close them. And then they can go home and say, not only do I have a black Indian female friend, but she sold me this yacht, and make the boat worth more money. You know what I mean? It'll make the boat special. But there's, you know, you can talk to them about film. You can talk to them about your entire life, not just boating. You know, boating, yes, but everything. You're a diverse person. You understand the legal world. You understand the boating world. You understand the family life. You understand the film industry. So, you know, and we need more people. We need more people of Indian descent in the boat business. They've got money. They're super smart. What's up? They need to get in here.
I know. I've told them.
The boat is the best networking tool you could ever have in your life, ever. Because when you pull up in a marina, you don't need to qualify any of the other people around you. You just simply look at their boat and be like, I got it. I'm parked right next to an 88 Riva. I got it. I got it. This person's qualified for whatever my business is. That person can buy some.
Yeah.
And the person next to them is in a Pershing. And the person next to them is in a, you know, 86 Sunseeker, an 88 Sunseeker. Done. We're good. And the person next to them is in a Lurison or Amels or a Fed ship. They might buy your business. You know, the person next to them is in a custom line. So those people are in the business. They're in the industry, out in something. And being able to get access to them with their guard down in the marina is probably one of the best business tools there is, because you can invite them to your boat for some Chardonnay or some, you know, what you call it, like coconut shrimp. You know what I'm saying? And now you're in a very intimate environment. Your kids are playing together on the dock. So your kids are going to benefit because they're around successful kids with successful parents. You're around the parents. Come on. That's what I tell people. It's like, guys, come on. So anyway, that's kind of my philosophy. I'm not going to make this run on forever. We've done a great job. Thank you for listening to me ramble on. Thank you guys for listening. Episode 1, Yacht Habit, Jason Wood, Sakina Hazuri Mathis.
Yes.
Thank you guys. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thanks.